Alright, let's start working on another page in the project, and this page is going to show individual playlist, its details, as well as list of lessons that belong to the current playlist. And just because we're also going to have the same markup for the header as well as the footer on this page, I'm going to duplicate the playlists page, rename it on playlist, and right here we're only going to remove everything that is contained inside main tag, because the rest will be the same. Only the main content will vary from page to page. So now if I'm going to refer to this page by its name, playlist.html, we're supposed to see the header as well as the footer without any content. And that is exactly what we are seeing. So now let's start working on individual parts of this page. And the first thing that I'm going to add will be this heading as well as description. And by the way, this heading with description is very similar to the one that we have used on the previous playlists page. So we can just copy over that part of the markup responsible for showing this heading from the playlists page and paste it onto our new page, playlist.html. And of course, the heading text will be different, so let's just replace heading text as well as the description right here. Alright, that is looking good. Now let's continue with adding markup for the left part of this page, where we're gonna show list of lessons. So let's start with adding the wrapper for this element, where we're gonna put a couple more divs with a heading inside of the third level. This wrapper will be container just to restrict its width, and the heading will say lessons. Right below the heading we're going to show a couple of links where we're gonna put icons. So let's find some icons on the Hero Icons website. For the first link I'm going to use globe icon. Let's copy over this SVG code and paste it into the first link in the editor. And then let's go ahead and find an icon for the second link. In this case, I'm going to use code icon, this one. So let's copy this SVG code and paste it into the second A tag. And right after doing this, as we can see, all the elements are shown on the page. Now let's start positioning those elements in proper places. As the first step, I'm going to make this whole wrapper flexible container because we need all those elements to be positioned on one row. And then I'm going to align those elements vertically in the center, and just to put those elements as far as possible from each other within its parent container, I'm going to use justify between class, and the minimum distance between child elements will be 4 units. This is horizontal distance. And while we are here, let's also add a couple of classes to the lessons heading. I'm going to make font semi-bold, increase its size a little bit, and then let's make wrapper with links flexible container as well, because we need those links to be shown on one row, and the distance between those icons will be 2 units. And there we go, all the elements are shown on one line, but of course for now the width of that element is not restricted, so it's stretching all the way from the left to the right side of the page. But before fixing that, I'm going to get back to the editor and add a couple of attributes. The first one will be target with a value of blank, because I want that after clicking on this link, we're gonna get new browser tab opened. And when hovering over this link, I'd like the text color to be changed on indigo with a shade of 600. So exact same classes I'm going to apply to the second link right here. And just to increase size of those icons a little bit, I'm going to change size 6 classes on size 8 on both of these links. And now it's finally time to actually restrict the width of this left block, so it will just take up 1/3 of the parent container. And to do that, I'm going to make the parent container grid with 3 columns. And then we want the first child element, which is that block with list of lessons, to take up 1/3 of the total width, and that is why I'm applying col_span1 class. And now we are getting the proper width for the left block. In the next lesson, we're going to finish working on this block and switch over to working on the right part of this page.